Welcome back. We already changed the stream name because we're professionals.
Is that what we're going with?
Yes. I mean, you saw how good my internet was last time.
Yeah, fantastic.
I don't even want to upload that 13-minute stream, but I have to because stupidness. Anyway.
Yeah, it kind of got dumb there.
Yeah, that's just Spectrum in a nutshell for you.
How to join on
But any hoosers.
that.
We'll talk to her later about it.
Yeah.
We will walk you through that here later after we get done.
Yeah, having somebody wanting to join Twitch with us. Anywho, are we just gonna jump straight into it?
Well, first off, we again, like what you said in your last stream, noticed a lot of people watching our content.
Oh yeah, we've noticed recently, mainly with God of War, but also with these little
Like we're getting like 8 views, things like that
Yeah.
on some of these.
after the fact. What? Oh, I know. I just have this up on here for like we still have this up. We're all good.
But we noticed that a lot of people are viewing us after we go off.
So yeah, if you guys are here watching us either live or after the fact, and you enjoy what we do, the commentary, whatever you want to call it, random BS, feel free to drop a follow.
And again, like I said, I know we kind of have our squirrel moments that we kind of get off subject.
Squirrel moments. I think that's the entirety of our channel.
I was trying to be nice. Okay.
Since when are you nice? Don't bother answering that. Anyway, if you enjoy what we do here, feel free to drop a follow. You can donate to us now apparently, which once again I didn't even know that was
until like last
like a week ago when somebody was like, "Hey, I wanted to donate to you," and of course we didn't get it set up till after the stream, so we didn't get shit. But it is what it is, But yeah, let's just jump.
Well, go ahead and pull up your notes on your phone.
I guess. Well, I don't know how Twitch is gonna behave on my phone, but yeah, that probably work better. That way we can see stream on here.
All right. So here's the thing. This is just something that I've kind of seen a couple times and people talking about it, so I kind of wanted to bring it up a little bit. There's a lot of talk about Drew McIntyre and Wade Barrett having a whole.
This is off subject, but we accidentally put this in the Raw one instead of the SmackDown. It's fine. We can change it later. I just wanted to let you know. Anyway, continue onward.
Hey, as long as it's in there, I don't care. Right?
Yeah, as long as we know halfway what we're talking about. Quarter way. 10th. We'll figure it out as we go.
Anyway, but like I said, there's been a lot of talk. I was going to bring it up because the whole thing of, like, that one kind of moved.
Mm-hmm.
Because we really hadn't talked about it, and then I wanted to talk about it, so I made it set to where we were going to talk about it during the Raw stream, and then he moved to
SmackDown. Yeah.
So it just kind of became this whole...
Yeah, just jumbled mess of shenanigans.
So that's part of why that was. Anyway, there is a lot of talk that Wade Barrett and Drew McIntyre are going to wind up having words. And supposedly, in real life, they are really good friends.
Oh, yeah, I believe that, because I remember, like, you were even talking about, like...
One of the PLEs a couple months back.
Yeah,
when he was, like,
up in everybody's face, and Wade, was like, we've known each other for a long time, cool down, and he pushes him type thing.
Yeah, supposedly he's gonna kind of start with that. That's gonna be kind of like one of his
turning points. Yeah. Kicking off points.
Wade's gonna be like, you know what, we're done.
And it wasn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I don't remember. But wasn't he Bad News Barrett?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. The voice sounded familiar.
And there was talk that they want him to GM because Aldous wants. It's a whole thing. I do not want Aldous to leave, but we'll get into that again.
I think Wade Barrett would be just as good of a GM. As he can't be worse than Adam Pearce.
Put him in with Pearce, then we have two good GMs.
Yeah, really. But anyway.
Okay, so this was the first SmackDown in which we had Wade Barrett and Joey Testori. I don't, however you pronounce his last name. I still have such struggle with that. Um, but he,
A knockers.
huh?
Sorry, it's just a spell check. That's so. The permanent unknockers on SmackDown.
Well, it didn't spell check, and I was trying to
Yeah.
type. You gotta figure. I'm trying to type as.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I'm just being a smart ass.
Thanks.
Man, you're welcome.
Do we have to
Yes.
broadcast my?
I was saying it was spell check. You're the one who called yourself out on it, so that's you.
At least we didn't go over and knockers.
Anyway, so Paul starts the show off, coming out there to the ring, you know, ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Walrus, blah, blah, blah. Coming out there talking about Roman Reigns.
Your
And
buddy.
did he...
He came out there and he's like, how'd he start? He was like, basically, you know, I have something, I am the authority of
The islands of
relevancy,
yeah.
and I have news for all of you, and the one person I think needs to be here to hear this, because I speak for Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, the whole...
Yeah, and he goes and he says that, I think it's the 27th, and we say...
Yeah.
That Roman's gonna be there for the world to acknowledge him.
And then you had, he called out Cody.
Yeah, Cody comes down, shakes his hand.
Well, he's like, I just want you to know that Roman Reigns wants his title back.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so I am officially telling you that Roman Reigns is entering the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
And he will win it. And you will be challenged at WrestleMania for the Tribal Chief's belt. Or how.
And he's going to take it from you. Because this isn't a prediction, it's a spoiler. And I'm not going to lie. As much as I'm not a fan of Heyman, that's a pretty good line. I know he's used it for quite a while, but that's still a pretty good line. I'm pretty sure he was using that even back during his run with Brock.
It's been a thing for him.
Yeah.
And then here's the thing. I kind of have the question put in here. Can he win the Royal Rumble, and will he win the Royal Rumble?
Could he? Yes. Will he? I don't think so. Because there's just too many names in that hat. Do I think he'll go and challenge Cody for the title again eventually? Sure, probably. In fact, I'd be very surprised if he didn't. But I don't think he's going to do it via the Rumble.
Well, here's my thing with that. Again, maybe this is me just being me. But, sorry, trying to make sure I got my stuff up here. Phones want to be extra.
Are you sure it's the phone and not the user?
Might be a little bit of both.
Yeah, I thought so.
Anyway. Okay. Can and will he win? Here's the thing. Do I think he can do it? Yes. Will he? No. And we will get more into detail with that later. Because, again, I am sorry. And I hate it. So I'm just going to throw it out there. We all know who's going to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And it's not Roman.
No. But here's the thing. Even if John Cena wasn't there, I still don't think he would win the Royal Rumble. Because that's not a great story of how Roman Reigns would get the title back, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think they would... Because here's the thing. He's Roman Reigns, you know. He's the big man. He's always has to be large and in charge. I don't think they'd have him win the Royal Rumble and then just... Because even from the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, it's still like 2 or 3 months, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Try clicking on that and see if you can do it under here.
Seeing who's viewing right now?
Yeah. It won't let you do it. Maybe because you're on... I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I can do it on...
It's not a big deal.
This stream keeps stopping on this phone. I
It's probably just an old phone.
Oh, that too.
But anyway.
Jerky. Anyway, I think it's because I don't have that one connected to internet at all.
Yeah, that would make sense. But,
So, like I said, and I think that they're saying there's one other, but maybe I didn't include it because I wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe between the two of you, we got Roman confirmed, and we got John Cena confirmed last week.
Mm-hmm.
Did Punk confirm? I don't remember Punk saying, but some people are saying Punk confirmed Rumble, and I couldn't find anything on.
I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd be surprised if he wasn't, but I don't think he's come out and said it.
So that's why I only included Roman and Cena for right now as confirmed.
Yeah.
But now comes to another interesting topic. KO comes down from the crowd, whatever, walking down the stairs, and proceeds to basically insult Cody, I guess. But the thing is, oh, you come in here, you're shaking Paul Heyman's hand, you're now buddy-buddy with The Rock. What, because they're stroking your ego? Is he speaking with... We're all thinking?
Like I said, you might not like Kevin Owens, and I do not agree with what Kevin Owens has been doing lately, but he's made pretty much nothing but good points, aside from, management screwing him, whatever. But most of the points he's made have had legitimate grounding to them. Like...
I mean, when The Rock comes in here, oh, Cody, you're one of the greatest wrestlers ever, man.
Yeah.
Don't ever let anybody tell you you're not great. Congrats, man.
Yeah, hands him flowers and shit, and Cody's just there. And now he's just buddy-buddy with the entire bloodline. Which I know that's a bit later on, but I felt like it needed to be pointed out. Like, he's just buddy-buddy with the bloodline now. He's like, he was back there chit-chatting with,
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Names are hard, leave me alone. But yeah, he was back there chit-chatting with Jimmy Uso, like, you know what, don't worry about it, your cousin, I always knew he was coming back for this title, but we got this match tonight. It's like, what? Do you not remember, like, the same guy from, like, 3 years ago? Like weekly trying to end your career?
Yeah.
You're just gonna forgive and forget, I guess?
And again, that falls back to kind of like what KO has been saying.
Mm-hmm.
Is it what we're all thinking?
Yeah.
And I mean, I know Cody is the face and KO is the heel. But with this whole weird flip-floppy thing, and that's the whole thing that they've gotten into lately. I don't understand it. Like, The Rock coming back, I'm the final boss. I am the end, and that is the end, all of ends. Whatever, he was 3 months ago or whatever the hell it was. Now he comes back like, oh, you're such a good guy. You're a great guy. Really?
Yeah.
Like, 360.
And Kevin Owens made another great point. I don't remember exactly how he worded it, but he basically said, if you let Roman Reigns take that title from you, you're gonna ruin this entire company, and it's gonna be on your shoulders. And he's got a point, because if Roman gets that title back, we've already seen what he's done with it before. And he's sure as shit not going to let it slip through his fingers again. Now, do I think...
have another 3-year run of 40 matches.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that again. But still, point stands if it were to happen. So, I got to agree with Kevin on that. Cody has been, I don't know, wonky as of lately, for lack of a better term.
And then, of course, you had Cody, you seemed like just getting redder and madder and eyes bulging.
Yeah, and then going out
and jumped out of the ring and ran up to KO and started beating him.
And then Solo and Tommaso.
Not Solo. It was
Jacob and Tommaso.
Yeah. Come down there and look at Paul, basically.
Yeah.
And
then Jimmy, right?
Then Jimmy shows up.
Jimmy shows up, starts super kicking left and right, bashing.
He was holding his own.
Oh yeah, I mean he was whooping their asses, to be completely honest with you. But obviously, numbers game.
And then Cody shows back up
and starts out once again. Where's the rest of the bloodline? Where's Jay? Where's Sami Zayn? Neither of them are hurt. They're just not there for some reason. And obviously, Roman Reigns isn't ever going to show up back until the 27th. He won his one match for the year. He's done.
But then we go to commercial. They come back, and the bloodline is still like throwing their temper tantrums. And
beating up security guards and whatnot.
Beating up security guards, and
LA Knight
kind of jumps and pushes Jacob and
out of the building,
out
whatever.
of the building, and locks the door and is like, how did he word it? I have a title win, and he was not using his inside voice.
Yeah, he wasn't using his inside voice, so I put him outside. And I can't be bothered with them. I got a title to win type thing. And then they moved on to something else.
The Michin and Chelsea match.
Mm-hmm.
And the Piper thing. I want to bring that up. They're calling her Agent P. Agent Piper. Is she supposed to be...
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
She's supposed to be Secret Service.
Yeah.
Why did Chelsea need Secret Service?
Because she's the president, I guess? I don't know.
I don't get it.
She's the U.S. title, and, the United States is all about their security.
I just don't understand. Like, I was completely lost with that. But anyway, it is what it is.
I mean, it's kind of a funny gimmick. I mean, it's silly, but it works.
And then the thing that everybody is talking about. Like, it has literally become memes already.
The Michin twerk?
The Michin twerk. Like, it is already memes. Like, you can literally type in meme, WWE meme, and it's already popping up.
I'm curious, because I haven't been keeping track of the good old
supposedly,
memes.
that is, like, one of the top ones right now.
Oh, this is, like, old memes.
See, I don't know how to look up memes, but everybody is saying, like, it is the new meme.
I spelled that wrong.
I don't know how to look them up.
I don't either, apparently. It's been a long time.
But anyway,
yeah.
Piper interfered.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Because Chelsea can't do a goddamn thing on her own.
And Chelsea wins. Now, I did show them this time. I want to wait till Knight Rider gets back in here.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know either.
Might be taking a dump. Who knows? I think he was taking a dump.
Yeah.
Was you pooping?
No.
Okay.
Okay, we just watched an exclusive backstage thing, like after the Chelsea Michin match. It's only like, what, a minute, 20 seconds long, I think is what it is, something like that.
Something like that.
Michin is like, with them it's always 1v2, 1v2, 1v2. Mm-hmm. Every time I face them, it's 1v2.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They're always bending and twisting the rules. So, you know what? If that's how you want to do it, say less. Because next time we get in the ring together, it's going to be game, set, match. Bitch. Yep.
Which I thought was... that's when I want Michin to take it. And I don't want her to become heel with that. But, if Chelsea's going to... And here's the question. And I've been thinking about this. And nobody's bringing this up. So I want to throw it out here right now with the three of us. Who helps Michin?
Nobody. She starts bending and twisting the rules just like they do. I don't know what she's gonna do, but she's a street fighter. I mean she had the dumpster match with Chelsea. She's always
That
coming.
was beautiful.
She's always coming out there with the kendo sticks, with the steel chairs. So I don't know if you get anyone to help her, but I can definitely see her going out there and, while the referee is distracted with not with Michin, with Chelsea, she goes out, like jumps out of the ring, kicks Piper in the face, pulls a kendo stick out from under the ring, and just starts wailing on her because that's not gonna get her disqualified. And then while Piper
still keeping her in the face.
Yeah. While Piper is trying to distract the referee for Chelsea's sake, Michin takes advantage of it to either, do a dirty move or use a kendo stick or a steel chair or something like that.
Do an Eddie!
Yeah.
Let's do an Eddie!
Yeah.
Grab a chair, slide in the ring. Ref do something to distract the ref. Smack the chair on the floor or the mat. Drop down. I would love to see an Eddie.
See, but that wouldn't work because then she wouldn't win the title still.
But the referee was always confused, and
I get it.
And then Eddie would once the ref was confused, Eddie would jump back up, take advantage of it after he had hit them with the steel chair, whatever.
I get the idea, yeah.
But Eddie was like, "Mom," and I could show you matches because I know you're a little young for the Eddie Guerrero stuff. But Eddie, when he was on 1,000%.
It's too early for this shit. God dang it. But yeah, I get the idea. I would, like I said, she might have somebody help her, but I think more so what that meant is her just getting down and dirty. You want to break the rules, you want to cheat, you want to do this 2v1 bullshit, bet. I got your number. I'm going to get down and dirty too. If you guys want a street fight, we'll do a street fight.
Then we get to another backstage thing with Nick.
Mm-hmm.
You have him in there talking to Pretty Deadly, Los Guerreros,
Motor City Machine Guns, and
backstage.
There's one more team, isn't there?
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, you have, as we call them, the two idiots.
Yeah.
Coming in there. We don't like Austin Theory or Grayson Waller.
They're both.
Those Austin Theory. He's just an idiot.
They share about a half a brain cell between them. I'm positive of it.
Well, how do you know they're not? Never mind.
Anyway, yeah. So they come in, they interrupt, and we should have a title shot. We've had more we held the title longer than all you guys put together, and blah blah blah. They're
running
usual
their yaps, pretty much, yeah. And then Nick's
like, fine, y'all want a title shot? And then it was, Pretty Deadly versus Los Guerreros.
Yeah, and
Motor City Machine Guns versus Waller and Austin Theory. Nick tells them, and don't you ever interrupt me again. I thought that was, great, because he was like...
And they still kept yapping the traps!
And he's like, and don't you ever come in here and interrupt me again. I was like, oh, shit. And again, Nick, this is law. You're going to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then, did we write down the... is that later on?
What?
The actual matches?
Yeah. Well, the Pretty Deadly and Los Guerreros kind of happened, immediately after that.
Yeah, and Pretty Deadly got whooped.
Okay, and here's the thing. And this is something I did put in here. There's a lot of people saying Los Guerreros is getting ready to turn face.
I can kind of
And I don't see that.
Why?
Why? I want you to think of a bigger picture of this. And this is me calling this because everybody is saying this Los Guerreros, and I don't think it's going to be Los Guerreros. I think it's going to be Pretty Deadly. Because, think about as this goes down, they're going to get screwed by DIY.
Mm-hmm.
They already got pretty good pop for being heels facing Los Guerreros. And Los Guerreros also cheated in order to win with Santos.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
Pretty Deadly lost, but it was fair on their side. Granted, they cheat a lot, but they didn't try to cheat.
They just tried to. They were getting their asses whooped, but they did it fairly.
And they were calling for DIY, who didn't show up, which I thought was kind of funny. You guys need to help us! I was like, why are they going to come help you?
Yeah. And why would you yell that out, too? Like, it's one thing to expect it, but to be like, hey, why aren't you helping us? Ah!
As you're getting beat up.
Yeah, they were getting whooped.
So, like I said, think of the bigger picture of this.
I could see that.
Because they're going to struggle trying to achieve that. It's going to be back to the same, not the same, but the idea of the same. The Tiffy and Nia thing, the build of struggle.
Yeah, I get you.
And the climbing.
Yeah, I get you.
And I think that's going to make pretty deadly the faces when all this is said and done. My opinion, I might be 100% wrong.
I could see that, honestly. Because they have been, like, DIY has been, like, a focus lately. I'm not DIY. Pretty deadly. They've been, like, in the spotlight. More so than Los Guerreros, I'd say.
Yeah.
Los Guerreros has just kind of been, like, side characters throughout all of this. And then we have...
And then they had another announcement for a Saturday Night Main Event, which is January 25th, which I kind of wanted to bring up just to kind of throw it back out there. Then we went to the LA Knight versus Shinsuke. That was actually
it was a phenomenal... I was getting lost in this, sorry. But yeah, it was a phenomenal match on both counts.
Yeah, they both did really, really good.
It was a lot of back and forth, a lot of, finishers being countered, finishers being kicked out of. Either one of them could have won that thing easily. But then, of course, you have Bitch Brigade.
Which, something before we do with all that, I want to bring up, and this is where they talked about it, and a lot of people are talking about it. It happened at Raw. It's happened at Smackdown now. The table. When they're hitting people, like, slamming them into the table, it's not breaking.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that it had been reinforced. Now, they made that, like, clear. Our table's reinforced. It's like the Cadillac of tables now, blah, 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 blah. So I want to bring that up because that's kind of where they started talking about it a little bit. And it's kind of been a thing from even, like, Raw. Everybody kind of noticed that the table was a little bit stronger. So I figured we'd throw that in there because this match is where they brought it up. Because they were slamming their heads and...
It wasn't budging,
Yeah.
Yeah, like it used to, whereas, like, a swift breeze could knock that thing over.
It was put together with duct tape and...
matchsticks. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. But then, of course, you have the Bloodline.
It's not even a bloodline anymore. It's just two wild-ass animals out there hitting shit for the sake of hitting shit.
They were just... They came out there, attacked Knight.
Yeah.
And it has to go back to the whole thing of...
LA Knight pushing them out, yeah.
Pushing them out the door. And it's like... That was the reoccurring thing. And that really kind of just... It's like... The Bloodline back to the same BS we saw 150 times before.
Which, once again, is my same point. Why are people excited for Roman Reigns? Anyway, that's a whole other issue. But it's the same idea. It's going to be the same bullshit.
And then Cody comes down. Jimmy shows up. They both start attacking the Bloodline.
Yeah.
And Nick is like, you guys are out. Out. You're done. You're done. Go.
Yep. And then Cody's like,
no, stop.
Don't send them home. We want to fight. These people here want to fight. Let's fight. And Nick is like, okay, bet. And then they schedule. Is that
that was the main event?
I thought so. Yeah.
So yeah, we had that. We had the replay of Tiffy's cash-in, which
it was phenomenal.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
Then we had the Motor City Machine Guns versus Austin and Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
Which
it was an okay.
It was okay.
It was B tier at best. Like, the match itself wasn't great. I wasn't a fan of either of the teams personally. I know you weren't either.
No.
But, like, overall, I didn't really care. Like, I was on my phone throughout most of that match, to be honest with you guys.
Yeah, and but it wasn't. It didn't stick out because, like I've said before, I'm not a fan of Motor City Machine Guns. I think they're past their prime.
Well, it doesn't even have to do with being a fan of either of them. Like, the match itself just wasn't that great.
No.
There's better matches.
Yeah.
And I know this isn't for this stream, but I'm going to tell you this. And something that we are going to start bringing up probably within, we're guessing, 2-3 months, I think is what we've said.
Something like that, yeah.
NXT, if you want great matches...
If you want great women's matches.
Yeah.
Because the guy matches...
are so-so.
Yeah,
But the women matches are...
Every single one we've seen has been phenomenal. And it seems like it's mostly women's matches, too, which is...
Yeah, they start off with almost an hour's worth of women matches.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a good 3 to 4 women matches to start.
As opposed to 2 or 3 guy matches.
Yeah.
So... Anyway. Then
we had...
Then we have the DIY backstage.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty Deadly comes up, asks them, why weren't you guys out there to help us, blah, blah, blah. And they give them some excuse of like, oh, we're just, you guys have a lot of heat on you right now. We're just dealing with backstage politics and whatever. But you'll get your shot. You'll get your shot. Don't worry about it.
And then I love Apollo showing up. Like, if you two believe them, you deserve what you get.
And it's,
which, again, is what another point that I made earlier. If they get what they deserve from DIY, does that make them faces?
I could see it. Then again, I don't even, like, here's the thing about Pretty Deadly as it is. I don't even know if I would consider them heels. Like, they are, but at the same time, they're not, Like, they're not... They're just sort of there.
This reminds me of Pretty Deadly has become, and I can't remember the name of the group. I cannot remember the name of the group for the life of me right now. It is like complete... I'll remember it when we go turn the stream on.
Yeah.
But Bandango and Tyler Breeze, when they were doing their whole, like, just basically backstage, having fun... they did, like, the Twin Peaks and the X-Files, and it was, like, Fashion Files or something.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It was...
It was just having fun, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's where Pretty Deadly is kind of, not directly, but with, like, the musical, and them kind of just
goofing off. Yeah, like I said, they're not even really... they're not heels, they're not faces, they're just sort of there. And I feel like if they do get... what's coming to them from DIY, that could spark them in the direction of becoming faces, or at least becoming more prevalent in the tag team division, because they haven't really done a damn thing.
No. And here's away from that, then we had Tiffy time. And here's the problem with that. She was like, oh yeah, look at what I did. I had this plan. I was never the victim. I knew exactly what... And a lot of people are saying, like, she still had that heel, like, presence to her, but she was getting genuine...
like, people were...
And...
Here's the thing, though. Like I said, I genuinely loved that, because I know it was probably meant to seem like a facade. Like, it was meant to seem like she's just out there boasting and gloating and whatnot. But I love the idea of that actually being who she is. Because, spoilers a bit after this, but when she got the prettiest moonsault off on all 4 of them, I love the idea of this whole time she really has just been acting. Acting aloof, acting like a fool, just to get under Nia's wing and steal it out from under her. Because, like I said... I don't want to spoil it, but, she has a title match coming up, and I want to see her win that fairly. Because we haven't got to see what she can do in that ring.
Well, we did in NXT, but...
But as far as the main roster is concerned, she's just been losing. She's been getting her butt kicked. And I love the idea, like, even when she lost in the tournament for the U.S. title, I love the idea of all of it being an act. Like her coming out there I think it's just next week is the championship match. I love the idea of her coming out there and blowing everybody away. Coming out there and not necessarily destroying Bayley, but like doing far better than people
you're
would
jumping
expect.
ahead a little bit, but we'll go to that since you brought it up. We'll kind of skip back over it. Bayley, who is considered face, and you have Tiffy, who is kind of
in the middle. Yeah.
So, are we going? And here's the thing, and I've brought this up, and it's mentioned in here a couple times. In fact, it's mentioned during this. The people want Tiffy as a face.
Oh yeah.
You can hear it in the crowd. The reactions that they have to Tiffy. Everyone's now.
It's Tiffy time. Yeah.
You know. They tried this with LA Knight with the Max Dupree. You know, and people were still chanting LA Knight and and they could not turn him face or could not turn him heel. The Becky Lynch, you know, big time Bex, fell on his ass. The people still cheered, and WWE is forced to go, okay, we yield.
Yeah.
Is that going to happen with Tiffy?
Well, I don't even know if I'd necessarily like. She was being arrogant, but I don't know if that I'd consider that like full blown heel. I feel like she's still coming into her own because, like I've said, she hasn't gotten the chance so far to be anything other than Nia Jax's side piece. She's just been there helping Nia, being, you know, a good little dog, running interference. We haven't got to see her on her own yet, and I think this is a perfect opportunity to explore that. Whether it's as a face, a heel, somewhere in between, which I feel like is where she would do the best. Leaning more towards face, but not like full baby face.
Kind of like what you want Walter or Gunther to be.
Yeah, like coming out there and being great and being just decent, but not necessarily being a baby
you're
face.
So great. I love all you fans. You guys make me who I... Yeah. We don't need the...
Yeah, being good and being a champion and all that, but not necessarily being a baby face. Because like I said, I genuinely love the idea of everything that's come before this all being an act. And now we get to see who Tiffy really is. And I feel like that's what they're going for. But at the same time, I feel like they're trying to make it seem like it's a facade. Because we can go back now, but like when Nia came out, because, you know, Tiffy was out there with Byron giving her speech, like, it's Tiffy time now, you know, I was always the smart one, blah, 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 blah. And then Nia comes out there, and Tiffy, she didn't seem scared. She more seemed annoyed, and I loved that. It might have just been, you know, it might not have mattered, but it felt important. Because every time before...
She just stood there like...
Yeah, like, okay, what are you gonna do? Type thing. And when Nia eventually made it into the ring, she backed up a little. But still, she stood her ground. She didn't run away immediately, hiding like a little coward. And I love that. I love the idea of her being...
And this is their first, like, interaction since.
Yeah. Like I said, I love the idea of Tiffy being powerful. Not just being a side piece who managed to cash in.
But then that brings us to who I thought was absolutely spot on, and that was Bayley. I love Bayley.
Yeah.
Because she basically just ripped Nia a new butt.
Yep. You know, she's like, you're out here...
Talk about how Tiffy's stupid and how Tiffy's an idiot.
Oh, I accidentally turned my phone off.
Tiffy's an idiot and all this. Well, you're the big idiot.
Yeah, I mean, she managed to pull one over on you, so what does that say about you type thing?
Yeah. And it was like, I gotta hand Bayley her props, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's right.
I mean, she went in with guns drawn and... Yeah, didn't miss. Like, I mean... So she's like, yeah, Tiffy might be stupid. You're right. Tiffy's stupid. But she got you.
Yeah.
So, what's that make you?
Yeah.
And it was like, you can't argue that.
Yeah. And then of course you have Bailey coming out there saying that she deserves a title shot, and then Naomi comes out there and be like, no, we all know that if it wasn't for Tiffy, I'd have beat you last week, Nia, blah blah blah. So if anyone deserves a shot, it should be me. And then of course they all start fighting in the middle. Oh, I forget, Bianca, right?
Bianca Belair
Comes out there with her.
And see, that's something that people are talking about. There's two things that happened in that match. Well, the one before and the one in the match.
Mm.
Bianca pushed Naomi out of the way. And basically, like, jumped in front of her, I get a shot.
Mm.
But they're tag champs. And a lot of people are talking that there might be some tension that's going to form or is forming that they're showing, and it's a little subtle but people are paying attention.
Oh yeah, I don't remember Bianca jumping in front of her.
She does.
I thought it was more of the fact that Naomi comes out there talking shit to Nia Jax, and then Nia Jax basically just like pushes her. She does. Yeah.
And then she's talking to Naomi, and Bianca like steps in front of Naomi. And that's where people are talking.
Oh, I thought Nia pushed Naomi out of the way.
She does.
And got up in Bianca's face.
No.
Oh, okay.
It was Naomi, because Naomi said she would have beat her. Fretting stiffies. Anyway, that one was spell check. That was not me.
But yeah, Nick shows up and said, "Oh right," they start fighting in the middle of the ring.
All of them start fighting in the ring.
And then as they're all beating each other up, Tiffy jumps up on the top rope and does the prettiest moonsault to all four of them and gets the hell out of Dodge.
And as she's walking up the ramp, Nick is like, "Y'all want to be number one contenders? Fine.
Fight for it right now."
Yep.
And then we start a fatal four-way. And obviously they all gang up on Nia because, who the fuck wouldn't? And then eventually, through some shenanigans, Bailey wins it, goes on to become your number one contender.
But hold on, that's another thing. When, I didn't write down who it was, but she was pulling her ponytail out of somebody's hand, and when she did, she let go of it, and it spun and smacked Naomi in the face. And again, a lot of people are saying, well, that was accidental, but here's the point. Naomi dropped to the ground. You never saw the apology. She never embraced her about it. Nothing. So, again... It's people noticing little things.
Yeah, I get that. Once again, me personally. I understand that the super long hair is like a trademark of hers. But in terms of actual... And this is just me overanalyzing things. But in terms of actual like usability, that thing is worthless. It does so much more harm than good.
Yeah, how many times have we seen people use it against her?
Yeah. Like, sure, I can smack people with it, and it might hurt a bit. But, anyway. Just me overanalyzing things.
There's even talk that Bianca might be next to be taken out, and then Naomi has to find a partner, blah, 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 whatever.
I really hope not. That'd be silly.
But we're going to get way into that a little bit later. And then you have what you said earlier. You had Jimmy and Cody back there, basically shooting the breeze.
Yeah. Like Cody, what the fuck are you doing? You wonder why Kevin Owens is mad at you? Once again, I don't support anything Kevin Owens has been doing lately. But you wonder why he's so pissed off at you? I would be too!
And then Carmelo shows up after Cody leaves and starts...
his usual BS, like... I don't know I don't even know what that was about. Like, what are you doing, bro?
He's trying to pick a fight with everybody. But again, we're going to get down to that one a little bit later, too. So, we do have Tiffy versus Bailey next week.
Which I am very excited for.
But here's the little trick. Bailey's hometown. We're in Bailey's hometown next week. So, who wins and will it be fair?
People lose in their hometown all the time. Here, like I said, personally, I don't know if it's going to happen, but what I would love to happen is match starts off, Bailey. I didn't even know that Bailey had the hometown advantage, but knowing that, Bailey comes out there, hometown advantage, everyone is cheering for her, and Tiffy not breezes through her, not just dominates her completely, but it's far more one-sided than people would have expected, Like I said, up until this point, Tiffy hasn't had the chance to go off on her own and show what she's capable of. She's just been the side piece. I don't even know if she's won a single match.
I know she did in NXT. She was women's champ for a while.
Yeah, but in terms of Raw, I don't know if she's won a single match. She might have won one or two, maybe with the help of Nia. But I would so love to see her go out there and, once again, not completely dominate, but dominate the match. Like, make it seem like... the words aren't coming to me, but I think you get the point I'm going for.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, we haven't seen what she can do. So I would love...
Well, where are you going?
Take Dingledorf out since he's being a wine bag. You know how he is. But yeah.
I was just getting ready to ask him what his opinion was. But here's my opinion on it. The match is going to end in a DQ.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Unfortunately.
And nothing to do with Bailey, and nothing to do with Tiffy.
It's going to be Nia or Naomi. Yeah.
I'm going to bet Nia
Yeah.
before Naomi.
Let's go party. Come on.
No, he's going to be a little goober.
But like I said, that is my opinion.
Yeah. And I definitely see that. That seems the more plausible outcome. Because Nia's a little petty ass bitch.
But
no offense to any
Tiffany
Nia
gonna
fans.
come out there face, or is she gonna come out there heel? Because again, Bailey is pretty much the face.
Yeah. And it's in her hometown, so like I said, I feel like I don't know if she's gonna be heel or face. Like I said, I feel like
Tiffy do better trying to play that middle card.
and like I said, the only reason I say that is because we haven't seen her. We've only seen her with Nia, and I keep turning my phone off because I'm dumb. But I feel like because we haven't seen Tiffy, we've only seen her being a little side piece, running around, helping Nia, whatever. I feel like she could do really well as that middle card because we don't know who she is, really. We only know the little scrungy side piece. Like, I know I keep saying that over and over again, but that's because that's the only thing we've seen her be. So I feel like she could walk that middle card if she plays her cards right.
Okay. So I know we kind of touched on this, but do you think she cheats to keep it, or do you?
See, could she? Very possible. Very possible. She, like I said, she worked with Nia Jax. That's basically all she did is help her cheat to keep the championship. But I would hope that she wants to be better than Nia Jax. Maybe not. Maybe she, knocks the ref out, pulls out a steel chair.
If she cheats, that's automatically going to make people maybe not turn on her, but see her different.
Yeah. Like you said, she's getting the face reactions right now. And I feel like they want to keep that momentum going, especially if they're wanting her to keep the title, which I assume they're going to let her
They're not going to get her. She's not going to lose it in a week. I don't see that happening.
She's not going to lose it next week. But
her first title defense, very rarely do they lose it. It's happened.
Yeah.
But very, very rare.
Yeah, they're not going to cut off all of her momentum. Because, this has been building for months and months now. Since Money in the Bank. So, I definitely see her retaining whether it's through a DQ, cheating, whatever. I hope she wins it fair and square, like I said. But I think the more plausible outcome is what you said. Nia coming out there being a petty little bitch and attacking one of them, both of them, whoever.
And here we're gonna dissect this a little bit, just a little. Jacob cut his little promo as they were walking to the ring. It was really good for something we don't hear him do often.
Mm-hmm.
He cut a really good promo, like. But one thing that everybody noticed is nowhere did he say, "I love you, Solo." It is a big talking point. Because that's become like his line.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't say it walking out to the ring. Then we had the whole match, the Bloodline, if that's what we're still calling them. Because they really didn't call them the Bloodline.
Yeah, just
It was
Jacob and Tonga.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting point because I feel like, and what, like I said, what I've hoped happens from the very beginning. I hope both bloodlines, Roman, Solo, whatever, gone completely, eradicated, don't exist anymore. Tama and Tonga go off on their own. Jacob goes off on his own. Solo goes off on his own. The Usos go do their own thing. Sammy goes do his own thing. And then you have Roman left there with his stupid ass Ulafala with nobody by his side having to work it out all on his own. And of course being a petty little bitch about it the whole time. Because, oh, I'm the tribal chief. You need to acknowledge me. I need to have my bloodline, blah, blah, blah. No, bitch. You fucked that up like 2 years ago. Deal with it.
And during the match, which again, people are talking, Jimmy, I want to say Jay, I'm pulling to you. Jimmy was on the top rope, like leaning, whatever, and he went, "I love you," and the crowd said Solo. He never said Solo. And then Jimmy super kicked him. Or like kicked it, back kick from behind.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, I feel like
he never said Solo. He said, "I love you."
I feel like that's been a thing for him before, though. Like, that's sort of like when he's getting ready to do his finisher or whatever. Like, he says, "I love you," and then the crowd finishes Solo.
But it's one of those little things people are noticing. So I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah.
He didn't say Solo. He didn't say Solo at all last night.
Yeah. I feel like the fact that he didn't say it at all is more important than him not saying it during that specific moment. Because, like I said, I feel like that's been done before. That's like his... You know how, like, Roman Reigns has the ooh-ah before he does the spear, and they all have their own things, like Drew with the 1, 2, 3. I feel like that's his finishing startup, whatever the hell you want to call it.
But it's like, is that a sign of what is to come?
Oh, I 100% agree. I just don't think that specifically is. I think the fact that he didn't say Solo, the fact that he didn't even mention Solo the entire night is more so the catalyst for, I don't know, words are hard.
Okay, then you had KO show up on the stage.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, that set Cody off.
Yeah. And he leaves Jay alone, and then Jimmy. Names are hard. Leave me alone, okay?
I have Jimmy in the notes. Do I not have?
You did. I just wasn't reading. Shut up.
Left Jimmy alone.
And then Jacob wins with something. I don't remember what he does.
His, I can't think of his finisher. I didn't write it down. I'm horrible.
Whatever he does.
But then you see KO and Cody still fighting backstage. They bring it back out to the crowd.
Yeah, and then they both go through
a table, and that's how we end.
Yeah.
SmackDown.
Interestingly, at least from my perspective, the Bloodline, and maybe it's just because we were focusing on the KO and Cody thing, but they didn't attack Jimmy after the match, because that's always been their thing, especially when they're fighting the other Bloodline. We win the match, and then we tear them to pieces. But they didn't. They just won the match, and that was it. Which was interesting to me. I just now thought about that. And like I said, it might have just been because we were focusing on the Kevin and Cody bullshit, but I just felt like it was worth bringing up.
Yeah, now we're going to dive into a little bit of the rumors that people are talking about. Rock and Cody was 100% planned for WrestleMania, but they scrapped that supposedly because The Rock has got some reshoots and some movie stuff he's got to kind of finish up and tie up, and he won't be.
Thank goodness.
He will not be done
Thank
with those
goodness.
in order to train. There is still talk he's going to be at Mania, which we're going to get into in a little bit. There's still talk he's going to be at Mania, but he will not be in the wrestling.
He's not going to be in a match. Yeah. Thank God. My opinion, because like I said, I know you're a Rock fan, but you've even agreed with me.
We don't need Rock there.
He's added nothing. He didn't add anything to Monday Night Raw. He didn't add anything to NXT when he was there. If he shows up at any Raw going forward or any pay-per-view, he's not going to add anything. He's just going to be there to be a mouthpiece, and because he's The Rock, the most electrifying superstar, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. You're just here to yap your jap, and you're not even yapping anything worthwhile. You're just yapping to yap. You're not adding anything. Go home. Go make your mid-movies.
The movie that we know you want, the Moana Live. We know you want it, Tafari.
I didn't even like I didn't even like the actual Moana movie that much. Ugh.
Because Disney wants to do a live action every single animated feature we've ever done.
Yeah, like I said, we have a live action How to Train Your Dragon coming up. Like, why?
But anyway,
Yeah.
Rock and Roman Reigns is not dead, but it will not happen at Mania. Like, they're still like wanting to give people this match that everybody wanted at Mania last year, and we didn't get because we had to have Cody finish his story. Which, do I agree with that? Yeah.
I don't think The Rock needs to... Like, here's my opinion. The Rock doesn't need to be here at all. And I know people are going to disagree with me, because I know there are a lot of people who like The Rock.
Well, he's on the board now, so
Yeah,
he pretty much can decide. He's one of the people that can decide what he does.
But he doesn't, like I said, he doesn't add anything. And I feel like even if he was in the ring fighting, he still wouldn't be adding anything. He would just be there because he's The Rock. He wouldn't add anything to anybody's stories, to any arcs or character growth or anything.
What do you think? Do you want The Rock there?
He don't really add nothing to it. I mean,
like I said, if he's not going to add anything, do we need him? No.
No, but like you said, he's on the board of directors now, so he can just show up whenever the hell he damn well feels like it.
Now here's something I know you're going to like. You're going to like. I'm not going to talk to him. This is between me and you, because he's not going to know. If he does, it might be little flashes of remembering.
right.
We have somebody who is, I'm not going to say 100% confirmed, but pretty big confirmation that he is going to come back to WWE. And that is Aleister Black.
Yes. There's been people talking about
Triple
that
H has
online.
offered him supposedly a ton of money
Yep.
to come back. His contract, nobody knows if it's up, when it's up, whatever. But supposedly he has made it very, very, very clear he is done with AEW.
Yep, because he's coming back to WWE.
And Triple
to
H
join
has
his
supposedly
wife.
offered him a ton of money to come back. Because he made it clear he loved working in NXT. It was one of the best times of his career. But that was when Triple H was running NXT. And he went to the main roster. And that's when McMahon was running the main roster. And we all know the shit show that McMahon ran on the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
And now that Triple H is running, it's a little more...
Streamlined?
Yeah.
Not shit-headed?
So he's like, I'll give it another shot. It's supposedly the talk.
Mm-hmm.
So he
going
has
to join his
supposedly
wife
offered him a
anyway,
ton of money. There is talk that his contract ends in February or March. There is talk that his contract is already up. Nobody is 100% sure, like...
The only one knows it for sure is Aleister Black.
And probably Triple H.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
You're not going to know. You might know. I know we tried to watch AEW for a little bit when McMahon was running WWE into the hole. Wardlow's not happy either.
Mm-hmm.
There's talk of him wanting to come to WWE. And WWE is very, very, very interested in Wardlow.
Mm-hmm.
He's another big guy. Kind of, I wouldn't say as big as Strowman and like Bronson Reed, but he's
A big guy.
yeah, he's the big guy.
Yeah.
You know, and do we need another one of those?
Honestly, I feel like that's what we have the least of.
Yeah, but here's the thing: do we need a ton of the big guys?
I feel like it's just a matter of finding their place. Because we have a bunch of like average-sized dudes. I know that sounds strange, but you get get what I'm pointing. Like, and we have a lot of high flyers. We have a lot of cruiserweights. So I feel like it's just a matter of finding them their place in the hierarchy.
And here's a little interesting tidbit for everybody that I did find. Jordan Grace has a match with Tessa Blanchard at TNA Genesis. Now, we don't watch TNA. We can't get TNA. It doesn't show up like on our channels. I've tried to order it, and they tell us they don't have the channel that it's on. So we're just not even going to touch TNA.
Come on.
So her last match is at Genesis on January 19th. Nobody knows if that's the date her contract ends, but everybody's pretty sure that that's at least close to when her contract's up. Tessa Blanchard's going to take the title, which nobody wants.
Yeah.
She's not very well liked in TNA, in the wrestling community, everything that I've understood. She's very disrespectful, we'll put it that way. To, like...
Everybody?
Yeah, more like the locker room. She's not a very nice person in real life. So she's genuinely got real heat. Kind of like the whole Punk thing before, and now he's kind of complete 360'd it.
I got you.
But Tessa Blanchard is supposedly like really that person's getting a lot of heat backstage, wherever she's at.
And then your favorite part.
No. The plan 100%, at least planned. It is 100% in the works. I'm not going to say it is, but it's the plan so far. Like, this is what we're going with plan. And that is Cody versus John Cena for the title at Mania, which John Cena wins.
Yeah, I believe that.
Ugh. And I hate it. But that's all right.
Well, that means that. Well, we already knew.
We're gonna get to your favorite part here.
Well, no, I was gonna say. That means that Cody keeps his title against Kevin Owens, which you already kind of knew was gonna happen, since.
Yeah,
all the rumors are that KO's on his way out anyway.
Yeah. Now here's where we're gonna have another talk. Okay.
Okay.
There's talking of bringing legends back to the Rumble, and not to compete, just to show up, talk,
no,
whatever.
No.
Have Flair, Hacksaw. There's talk of Rock being part of that.
No. That's just more That's literally the shit we were complaining about on Raw. It's just fluff to eat up time. Like, don't get me wrong. I know Ric Flair and Hacksaw and The Rock, they all did great things for WWE. But, with all due respect, we don't need these old fucking hadgers coming back to yap their trap for 15 fucking minutes and adding nothing. We can use that time to progress storylines, to, I don't know, have a fucking actually decent match. Do some backstage stuff. Do more promos for upcoming stuff.
And I did actually put that in here. Please do not do more than Netflix BS. Stars over quality and quantity. Better show does not mean more stars.
Yeah, we don't need Ric Flair and Hacksaw and The Rock coming out there.
And Hulk Hogan and whoever else.
And spending 10 minutes a pop. Fuck, probably 15, 20 minutes with their goddamn intros. Like, they will literally eat up an entire hour of that 3-hour show. Because I'm pretty sure it doesn't go till 2 nights until next year.
Yeah. Okay, but you ready for this? Logan Paul to enter the Elimination Chamber and win it to take on Gunther. And the plan moving forward is Gunther loses.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just had an aneurysm. Actually, don't repeat that.
But you know it's not going to be a fair
I don't give a shit. I don't give a rat's ass if it's fair or not. It shouldn't matter if that motherfucker has 15... Ooh.
That is supposedly the plan moving forward, and then that's going to be a storyline of that he can't beat Gunther fair.
He can't beat anybody fair! No, genuinely. Has he... Name me one person Logan Paul has beat fairly in that ring.
Nobody.
He has always had some dick licker, and I will say that 1,000 times, some dick licker coming in there, handing him brass knuckles, causing distractions. He's a worthless piece of human garbage. Both in and out of that ring. He shouldn't be in that ring. He shouldn't even be on this planet.
And
Sorry.
And here's where it gets good. And the reason for this, and I've put it in the notes so you see it. Logan Paul is not set to face Conor McGregor. They had to offer him something huge in order for him to turn that down.
Yeah.
That is what everybody is saying, that if he's not facing him and he's wanting to go back to WWE, they had to offer him something gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather he fought McGregor again. Or whatever the hell his name is.
Ewan McGregor?
Didn't he already fight that guy?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he already fought Conor McGregor.
Or Conor McGregor, yeah. That's what I'm thinking of. Ewan McGregor is Star Wars, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Didn't he already fight McGregor? Oh, I know. Who did he fight? I know he fought some big... Oh, was it? It was Mayweather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. That was 3 years ago, Jesus.
But you know it's not going to be a clean fight. Because like you said, he can't win it fair.
I literally don't think he has won a single match in his entire career fairly.
Okay. Here's one that I found and really, really absolutely loved. Becky signed 3-year contract. So we get Becky for at least 3 more years. This is where people are having an issue. The current plan is for Becky versus Rhea for the title.
At Mania.
At Mania. Which we just had that last year.
Oh, they fought?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like I said, I wasn't caught up with WWE back then.
So, here's the thing. Who's the face? Who's the heel? Because Rhea's a great face.
Oh, yeah.
I love Rhea as a face. Her crap with Dom, everything. Right now, her face... I mean, granted, Rhea's a good heel, too. But right now, her face...
Yeah.
is...
She is the face of the women's division, for lack of a better term.
And I'm not talking just because the title's on her.
Yeah.
I'm talking like... She is their top female face right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like Becky, you can't make a heel. I mean, they've tried this before.
I feel like that's what they're gonna try again. And who knows? We'll see. We can't make any predictions. I would love to see it because I feel like she could be a phenomenal heel if it works. But we'll see how that goes.
And another current plan is Charlotte versus Tiffy for her title.
I'd love that.
Because they're going to have the women's elimination chamber match like they normally do, blah, blah, blah.
You mean the Royal Rumble?
No.
Oh.
The elimination chamber. Last year we had elimination chamber women's for the other title.
Oh, right, because there's two. Right.
And
I
Becky's
forget.
supposedly winning the
Yeah,
Raw.
so I forget how it works now since there's two titles. The Royal Rumble, you win, and you get to choose which title you go after.
And then the other one is for the other title.
Yeah, then you got the Elimination Chamber. Okay. That's actually really cool.
So Charlotte is supposed to
Face Tiffy.
face Tiffy.
I'd love to
Which,
see that.
again, I've never seen Charlotte as a face. I would love to see Charlotte as a face. 100% love to see Charlotte as a face.
I don't think that's going to happen, though.
But I don't even think you can have Tiffy playing that middle card with Charlotte.
No.
And the thing is, and I don't know if people want to hate Charlotte or want to like Charlotte, because Charlotte, and I've said this before, Charlotte's phenomenal in that ring.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
She can do anything in that ring.
Oh, yeah.
She can jump, she can run, she can fly, she can, pull strength. She can do all of it. She is a top tier athlete 1,000%. But she's always been a heel.
Mm-hmm. Always been I'm Flair, so I deserve everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I feel like that has always been her strong suit, as much as I might not like it, and I want to see her be a face. I would love to see it. Give her a year. Give her 6 months. I don't care. See if people boo her. If you make her like and I don't know how to say this and not sound stupid, but make her the sparkling
baby face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm squeaky clean. I'm going to earn my shot. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to, talk smack to nobody. And see where it goes. I know it might not ever happen because she is, when it comes to heel,
she is Charlotte Flair.
she is heel equals Charlotte.
Yeah.
You can't have, and the same thing with Ric Flair. Ric Flair might have had face tendencies, but he was always Ric Flair.
Yeah, I get you.
He was always, and it's the same thing with Eddie. Eddie's the same way. Eddie might have done horrible, despicable, cruel stuff in the ring, but he was always Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you cheered him or whether you booed him,
He was always Eddie.
he was always Eddie.
Yeah, I feel like that'll be a very interesting match, not just from a character perspective, because I am interested to see whether they're going to make Charlotte, because like you said, if Charlotte comes back and she's a heel, then that automatically means Tiffy's the face. But if they try to make Charlotte a face, then where does that leave Tiffy?
Yeah, and I don't think, if you're putting those two against each other, Tiffy can't be back and forth. She's got to pick a lane.
Yeah.
And that's where I think that problem is going to fall. Tiffy's going to have to be either a heel
Or a face.
or a face. Because with Charlotte being the powerful heel that she is,
You can't walk that middle road. At least, not because I say that because she's not been doing it. If that had been her MO from the very beginning, then yeah, we could do that. But because Tiffy is just now starting to stand on her own two legs, and coming into her own, and we're just learning who Tiffy is as a character, whether she's heel, face, whichever. We can't have her walk that middle road because she hasn't defined that she's walking that middle road yet,
And like I said, there is no way you can bring her in, even as a heel, and compete against Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte will crush her as a heel. And if Charlotte's a heel, she's still going to crush Tiffy as a heel.
Oh, yeah.
Because Charlotte is top tier S+++++ heel.
Mm-hmm.
She's great at it. She'll always be great at it.
Yeah, it's literally in her blood. But
then I found out quite a few little different things, so I kind of added them into one. Alexa Bliss's whole return has been put on hold for now due to a contracting issue. Plan is or was to have her at the Rumble match.
mm-hmm.
Like they're still trying to kind of cross the T's, dot the I's,
Yeah.
get everything 100%. But Netflix is like, we want her on Raw. If she comes back, we want her 100% guaranteed on Raw. And
course.
Netflix, we're going to get to that. Netflix crushed it.
Oh yeah.
Crushed it. So WWE is basically like, here, you want? You want? I mean, they're willing to hand them everything on a silver platter right now.
And I'm kind of worried about that. And the only reason I say that is because it has always been a lopsided distribution. Raw has always been the flagship. We already know this. And I'm worried. And, we were talking about last week how with SmackDown going to 3 hours and able to extend those storylines that it could balance things out. But now that you're bringing that up, now that Netflix is popping off and WWE is basically handing them everything on a silver platter, I'm worried that it's going to widen that gap rather than shorten it, if that makes sense. Like, it's going to make Raw even more of the flagship, and SmackDown might suffer because of it. Like Alexa Bliss, for example. Or any major any major superstar that would return to WWE. Netflix is going to be like, we want them on Raw. We want them on Raw. We want them on Raw. And because they're doing so well, WWE isn't really going to have a choice in the matter than to put them on Raw. And so SmackDown is going to be left stagnant. I'm not saying that's going to happen. It's just...
It's likely.
It's a concern of mine.
Yeah.
Now that you bring that up. So...
But we're going to get more into that here in a few minutes. Then... The big talk is they're pitching Roman versus Punk for Mania.
For what?
That's not even my question. Paul's always been with Punk. Or not, I shouldn't say he's always been with Punk. When Punk left, Heyman was his manager, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And CM Punk is a Paul Heyman guy. That's why he came back and helped the Bloodline.
Yeah. And right now, he's tribal chief, wise man, whatever. Wise man to the tribal chief. That's the word I was trying to look for. So where's Paul? Loyalties lie. If that match happens, where's Paul's loyalties? And I understand, I've said 1,000 times, he's a slimy, filthy little snake.
Okay, I would love to answer that question, but I feel like you can't answer that question without context. Because why would they be in a match at Mania?
And I don't know, but that is supposedly at least being talked about, so I want to bring it up.
I feel like that wouldn't make any sense
unless I feel like it might somewhere down the line. Maybe.
Unless the only reason I see that happening, because we know that Paul Heyman owes a favor. The only way actually no, that wouldn't even work either. Because I was gonna say the only way I see that happening is if Roman somehow becomes champion by Mania, and then Punk cashes in that favor for a shot of the title. But that wouldn't even make sense, because then it would just be whoever won the Rumble going against Roman Reigns.
Here's a thought, and I don't have this in note. This is just talk. What if it's not the world title? What if it's not the Universal title? What if it's like the U.S. title? Does Roman even want?
He wouldn't. I'm the tribal chief. He has to be on the like when he was doing his title run. He didn't give a rat's ass about the Intercontinental, about the U.S. He's not gonna care about them now. He already said he's going after Cody Rhodes and getting his title back. So I wouldn't even say that would be I mean, it would be interesting if for no other reason than seeing what Paul Heyman would decide.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like I would need to see what leads up to that, why that match is happening before I could make an opinion on it.
Now, here's what I totally see happening. This is storyline rumor, okay? That's how I put this. Solo's going to come out on the Smackdown next week and announce he wants his release.
Mm-hmm.
Nick is going to give him his release. Again, keep in mind, this is storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to ask Mo, why do you want to release? Because I will never acknowledge Roman Reigns as my tribal chief again. And if I have to do that, I'm done.
That's fair fucks, honestly. That's fair
Because
fucks.
he thinks he did it better. And whether he did, whether he didn't, we're not going to throw that out there. But
And they were both they were the same, both jackals. But yeah, I can definitely see that.
And then the storyline supposedly is he will make a return a few months later, down the road, possibly at Rumble, which would lead into the next one, which is Orton set to return to face Cody because of the whole KO thing. By the time all that seizes up, he'll face Cody, blah, 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 because there's talk about him coming back. It might even happen at Rumble, whatever that it comes up. But there's talk that Solo will interfere in the match, cost Cody the match, which would lead to him getting a match with Cody down the line and essentially winning Cody's title. But then again, that keeps with Cody having the title
Yeah.
at Mania, which he would, maybe?
I don't see.
And then Solo versus Orton at Mania for...
I don't see Cody losing his title at least until Mania. I feel like he's going to keep it at least until Mania. He might lose it to John Cena or whoever the hell else, whoever it ends up being.
But here's the thing, like I said, if Cody's not going to lose it if there's interference, regardless.
Yeah.
But that would be, at least means he keeps it through Rumble.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So... set to return at Rumble. Who is rumored to interfere in the Cody KO match? Yeah. The Cody KO match is at Rumble. And I could totally see Orton jumping in, costing the match somehow, whether it's attacking KO, whether it's attacking Cody.
Or both, and just saying,
or
fuck both of you.
both.
Yeah.
And then Solo coming in, attacking Orton.
Yeah.
Because of their whole...
Beef.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's had beef with everybody
The
at this point.
bloodline,
Yeah.
Period.
But,
go ahead.
Oh, I was going to go on to the next point, you know.
Here, and this is a whole thing that is like, we're going to hit 1,000 walls with this.
Yeah.
Everybody is still trying to figure out who the attacker was on Jade. Everyone's like, oh, it was 100% Charlotte. Here's my thing, and I might be wrong, but I want both of your opinions. If it was Charlotte, she would have already popped up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Charlotte is one that's going to hide in the shadows.
Well, that, and also, it would make literally zero sense. First of all, Charlotte's not a tag team champion. Or she's never been in a tag team, at least to my knowledge.
She has, but...
She's never been going for the women's...
No, she's usually solo.
Yeah. She's not going to come back as a tag team and try to take the women's titles. So her attacking the Women's World Tag Team Champion would make no sense.
But here's where people are saying you're wrong. Charlotte has always been the top. And when you have somebody like Jade, who is the top,
Yep.
whether strongest, fastest, I know usually Bianca's, but look at Jade. She is insanely powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like... I know Charlotte is, a heel, a conniving little whatever. But I feel like if if she was going to come out and wanting to prove that she's the best, that she's better than Jade, she would come out and prove that she was better than Jade. I don't feel like Charlotte is the type of heel to attack.
To hide.
Yeah, to hide. Like, she's going to come out there, she's going to beat you in the middle of that ring loud and proud for everybody to see.
And that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I feel like it's much more likely that it was Naomi and or Jade that did it so that they could do the little...
Naomi or Bianca, you mean? You
said
Jade.
Yeah, Naomi or Bianca, that's what I meant.
Well, we're going to get to them. Or we can just go Naomi right now. We'll skip everybody else and go to Naomi. Naomi, why would she have done it?
To take over the spot? I mean, that's what she did, so...
Mm-hmm.
Why would Bianca have done it?
Because they were friends, I guess. Like, that was literally...
But here's the thing. She was in the match. So if she was in the match, should she have do it? Or did it happen before the match and we just got the clip while the match was going on? This is one of the things people have...
Yeah. Been talking about.
Rhea.
I don't think that makes sense.
I don't feel like Rhea would have done it.
Once it just makes no sense. There's no reason for it.
And then Bayley... I mean, possibly it would make more sense than some of the other ones, because she got her spot on the War Games.
Yeah. Wasn't Bayley still in War Games, though?
Yeah, no. She was in the match. That was supposed to be Jade's spot.
Oh.
During the War Games match.
Oh.
Yep.
But once again, why would Bayley... like, that wasn't for anything other than, oh, we beat you. Is it possible? Yes, but I don't think Bayley would go and do that just for the sake of being in the match to say, oh, I beat these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Tamina, I know you don't know anything about Tamina, but it goes back to the big, the strong, the whatever. She's Samoan.
Mm.
She's with the Inouye family, which is the Roman, all that. Could that be her pushing in her dominance? But again, I feel like it has to be somebody who is still there hiding in the shadows, not somebody who is not there and hiding in the shadows, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Once again, I feel like the most likely culprit is Naomi, and
I feel like Naomi is 100% who I'm going to place a good 90% of my cards on.
Yeah, that just seems the most likely.
And then there's also talk about the Bella Twins returning, which I don't see happening there, but people are talking about it because they made comments that, wrestling's in their blood. They'd love to come back, but yet they don't know if it's in the cards. It's just, I want to bring it up.
I don't see it. I mean, maybe, but either way, I don't think I'd be too interested. I was never a huge fan of them either way, but...
And then Trick Williams from NXT is planned to be moving to the main roster for Raw.
Oh, yeah, like I said.
At the Rumble.
Wasn't that the guy who was champion and just
lost?
Yeah.
Just lost to Ubafema.
Yeah. Which I would rather see him. He's a monster. I'd love to see him in the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. Trick Williams was originally with Carmelo.
Yeah.
So I think splitting them is going to be better. They don't think they need to be on the same show.
Yeah.
Because they were like a whole team. Trick helped Carmelo.
Mm.
And then Carmelo, being the jackhole that he is, turned on Trick, and Trick became the face. And
yeah.
Yep.
But once again, going to Raw.
Yeah.
So that's just a little.
And this, I'm gonna read this because I almost tried to put this as close to what was said, like in his tweet or whatever, as I possibly could, without like.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? Plagiarism?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the word I'm looking for? So Strowman, after the storyline with Carmelo, got sick with a really bad flu.
Oh, you went straight to Strowman. I was looking at the Rock thing.
Oh. Oh, yeah, okay. We'll skip to that then. Or let me do this first, and we'll go back to that. Because I missed that completely. Strowman, after the storyline with Carmelo, got really, really sick. Was laid up in a hospital for like 4 days. Or not hospital, hotel room for like 4 days. Said he couldn't even move off the bed. His whole body ached. He had a temperature of 102. He lost like 36 pounds in a week.
Shit.
And he said he went and had all the tests run. It wasn't COVID. It was just a really bad flu. Said to social media, thanks. I think I'm over the hump and will return soon. 2025, your ass is mine. And here's something I want to bring up, and I put it into the notes so I remembered. We have D&D on Wednesdays. That's what we don't stream from like 6 to 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Our DM, whatever he's had, sounds about like what she's had.
Yeah. Not quite as bad, but yeah.
But she's been out for like a week plus now. And they're like, oh, it's just a really bad flu. But she literally like, I can't even move. I can barely talk. I can barely do anything but just lay here and
suffer.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring that up simply because we kind of felt we knew somebody in that situation.
Yeah, I get you.
So, I hope he gets better. Comes back and beats the hell out of Carmelo for third, fourth time, fifth time, whatever it is now. But yeah, okay, back to the Rock thing since I kind of skipped it. Here's something people are shooting out. Ooh, well, I'm shooting that out. That was an accident. Sorry, guys. Anyway, Rock said on NXT he was 20 steps ahead, and that was January 7th. Now, I'll go back a little bit. I didn't put it in here, but supposedly when he went like this, the last time we saw The Rock, people are counting that it's 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And this will be the third month. January's the third month since we've seen The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where this is kind of leading in. January 7th, he says, I'm 20 steps ahead. Roman's acknowledgement is on the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be 20 days. So is he saying, I'm going to be on Raw the 27th?
God, I hope not. Once again, he's not going to add anything. He's just going to be there for the sake of being there. Like, he already put the Ulafala around his neck. What else is he going to do? He's already acknowledged it.
You don't want my opinion on that. Anyway.
Nope.
It's not pretty.
Nope.
And here, I'm going to skip a second. And it's not... I'm going to skip down here because we're already talking about the 27th. Guess who's supposed to be showing up? And I know you can see it. But guess who's supposed to be showing up the 27th of Raw?
Goldberg.
Do we need Goldberg?
No.
I mean, I love Goldberg. Don't get me wrong. Again, I love The Rock. I love, Hacksaw, Ric Flair.
All of them.
They're all great for what they did. Even Hogan, and I know that's something I misspoke. Hogan has never officially come out and apologized.
Oh.
He just kind of
swept
it under the rug and hoped that it would go away.
That's what they usually like to do, yeah. But we don't need
Mark
Goldberg.
Henry has come out and be like, I tried to help him, I'd be like, we'll go to some colleges, we'll kind of get you up. And he's like, I don't need to do that. I'm Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
And something I've heard, and again, this isn't just me broadcasting like what I believe, this is just what I've heard. Hogan in real life is a complete douche.
Yeah, I believe that.
Like, he's on screen, he's like, Hulkamania, I love you, you're the greatest. And in real life, he's like, pfft.
I believe it, 100%. There's a lot of people like that.
So
I mean, look at Logan Paul. Anyway.
But all right, we kind of jumped a little bit.
Yeah, but we don't need more people on there just yapping their japs.
But I saw it on my thing like two notes down, so I wanted to bring it up. Becky, supposedly one of the reasons she was away was she was filming Star Trek Starfleet Academy, which she's going to be in.
I never would have expected that, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, who knows?
And I'm sorry, I love Star Wars and I love Star Trek, so you can call me both, whatever. But I'm definitely going to watch it. And I would have watched it before Becky Lynch anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That just adds another watch.
Yeah. Like, ooh, that I want to see how she actually does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
And she's also going to be in Happy Gilmore 2, which is going to be supposedly a Netflix original. Which again will have Adam Sandler. Has Becky Lynch in it and MJF from AEW.
Okay, I don't know about that one. How fucking old is Happy Gilmore?
I don't know how old Adam Sandler is.
Hang on, I got you.
I got it. Happy 1996. This movie
Is what, 11?
No, this movie is 29 years old. And Netflix is like, you know what? Let's bring that shit back out of the grave. Let's dig up this old rotted corpse. Don't get me wrong, Happy Gilmore's a great movie, but let's dig up this old rotted ass corpse and make a sequel to it. With a bunch of famous people. Why? Because they're famous, and that'll make us a lot of money. Anyway.
We all know that. We speak on that way too much.
Yeah. Anyway.
You want to turn us back to...
Yeah.
And then something else that I kind of saw a lot of people bringing up. JoJo, Bray Wyatt's... I can't think of her last name off the top of my head and I didn't put it. That's my fault. Because I know she doesn't use Rotunda, which is technically what her last name would be.
Mm.
But she uses a professional name. She has been doing dark matches, announcing for AEW. Which, back when Bray and her first met, she was our ring announcer in WWE. So, nobody knows if she's officially, if they're going to move her up to, like, one of the big shows, whatever. Supposedly she's been doing some of the dark matches. So I just want to bring that up.
That could be pretty cool.
But, again, I don't feel like her legacy is there. And don't take this wrong. I really hope that... I know... As much as I want Lillian to stay, don't ever get me wrong. I absolutely love Lillian Garcia. I think she is one of the greatest announcers we've ever had for ring announcers.
Mm-hmm.
But if JoJo wants to do it, bring her back into that.
Yeah.
Give Bray... I mean, maybe that's why she doesn't want to go. I mean, I can see both sides of that, I guess.
Yeah, not wanting to step back into it type thing.
Because of the memories and them still doing the Wyatt family and...
Yeah, I get that.
But I think she wants to be a part of it, but doesn't want to be a part of it. So I think that's whole thing. And then I just kind of found, and this is something I want to bring up earlier, but what kind of... Raw, Netflix was 4.9 million views globally, which is 116% higher than Raw's average in 2024.
Wow.
So, I wanted to bring that up because I thought that was, again...
Well, yeah, it is a massive milestone.
This is bringing them to a much bigger market. And something else that I didn't put in here is Saudi Arabia, who is another one of the big contributors to WWE now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even on in Saudi Arabia on Netflix yet. It's not scheduled to do that until next year.
So they don't have Raw right now?
They have Raw on like their normal televisions, but this isn't adding to what Saudi Arabia is going to add to this.
Oh.
There's people saying that it could go up another 100%.
Interesting.
So, and here's something, and we're going to pull you out first. Because I do have mine on here. I made my list yesterday. And I'll pull it up here in a minute, and I didn't send it because I didn't want you guys influenced by what I said. Okay? Before I read this, I want your guys's. Rock, they asked him what his Mount Rushmore of wrestlers would be. Which is like your 4 greats. What 4 do you think, if you had to make your own wrestling Mount Rushmore, what's the 4 you would put on there? Knight Rider.
Main 4?
The best 4 that you, like, these are the guys, man. These were the ones who, every time they were on TV, and this is kind of how I put it for my brain. These were the guys that were, when they were on TV, you were like, everybody, shut up! This so-and-so's on.
Yeah.
Who's your 4?
Okay, my 4, I would probably use Stone Cold. And then I would use the
Names are hard.
yeah, I'm at a loss right now. Hang on. Okay.
And
Stone
besides, I
Cold.
popped this on them because I wanted it to be completely.
Okay, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I would use Braun Strowman. The Braun Strowman now, of course. And the 4th and final one.
3rd. Who'd you say? You said Stone Cold.
And Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is one person. Oh, actually, there's 2 people, but I don't know if you're going to know who Steve Austin was. That's why, or no, Steve Williams. Never mind. Steve Williams was another wrestler whose real name was Steve Austin. And he used Steve Austin until like late. It's
Okay.
wrestling is
confusing.
a whole. Wrestling's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So Stone Cold. So the second one we'll use.
You said Braun Strowman, so you still got 2. Or 2.
Yeah, Braun, Stone Cold, then yeah, Braun Strowman. We'll go. Oh, Undertaker, of course, because he was back in the day. He was
Legendary.
in ring. Yes, he.
Outside the ring, yes. Anyway, go ahead.
Either way, yeah, he was.
Yeah. He's the shit.
Okay, 4th and final. Let me see here. Now I'm at a loss because I can't think of the guy's name. It's right here.
Do you remember a catchphrase?
No, he was supposed to return.
That's a lot of people.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
Brock? Okay. So we got Brock, Undertaker, Stone Cold, and Strowman.
No.
Shoot.
Undertaker, Strowman, Dean Ambrose, and Sin Cara. I don't know why, but I really liked him when he was still wrestling.
Here's my 4. And I might have gone a little older. But I had Undertaker, Stone Cold. I picked The Rock. And simply because The Rock he is what he is. You can't deny The Rock what he is.
No,
he's always
Rock
been
was phenomenal in the ring.
And then, if nothing else, for his pure promo ability. And no, I'm not going where you think I am. Because he was the original promo god. And that was Piper. He was the god of promos, man. You could not touch Piper on a promo to save your life.
Fairfox?
Piper was the one. There was a story, and I'm going to talk about this for a second. There's a story that Piper had confronted McMahon because he was running it, although he was announcer at the time too.
Mm-hmm.
But he was still running it, and he's like, I want to talk to the people. He's like, it's not what we do. You know, you can cut a promo in the back. He goes, no, I want to go out there and confront them like face to face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want a stage. I want to be able to do what I do. I want, like, Piper's Pit. And he pitched all this stuff to him, and McMahon's like, it's not going to work. And Piper's like, give me a shot. Let me throw this out there. I am the biggest heel you got. I can create enough heat to make it popular. And he did it.
Fairfox?
You know, the same thing kind of goes with The Rock. The Rock kind of did the same thing when he started doing his promos. McMahon's like, you're not a promo guy. You know, it's not what you do. You're strong. You're fast. You're great in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You don't cut good promos. And he's like, let me do it. And he's like, okay, give you 2 minutes or whatever the time limit was. I don't remember what exactly it was. He's like, you got your shot. Go out there and cut a promo.
And then we have The Rock.
And now we have The Rock we have today, who is smacking ass and taking names on a promo.
Yep. Except now when he's just, yapping his jap for the sake of yapping his yap.
But, The Rock's picks were... Let me get back down to it.
Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and Andre the Giant.
And he said you always got to put Andre on there because he was who he is.
Yeah.
And I agree with that, but I'm a little younger for I remember Andre. I remember Hulk Hogan being like in his prime. I remember Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't into it as I am now.
Yeah, I get you.
And it wasn't as prominent as it is now.
Yeah.
Where we have Raw, we have SmackDown, we have NXT, we have AEW, we have TNA. You know, we got one day for like an hour on Saturday, and it was for the whole week.
Yeah, I get that.
So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump this a little bit. And simply because I want to end on this other one. Bronson Reed, the story is he's going to be out till at least July. Because of his foot injury thing, whatever. So, but he's like, he was really upset about not being able to be at like WrestleMania, the Rumble, all that. And he felt like his story was just getting...
Yeah, he was just starting to... I mean, he was. I mean, I feel like if that hadn't happened after the not Elimination Chamber, the Survivor, the War Games, he could have rode that, momentum out into a Kingdom Come, But
WWE did not take this one, and I don't know why. So, we lost the wrestler on the 9th, January 9th, 2025, at 5:26 a.m., but I couldn't find a time zone. The only thing that was posted was 5:26 a.m., but I couldn't find a time zone on it.
Probably just to, for privacy's sake, I'm assuming.
Well, I don't even know if it's for privacy, because she, posted on social media, his wife. But we lost Richard Harris, but everybody knew him as Black Bart. He did wrestle in WCW. He wrestled in WWF. You can call it what you want, WWE, WWF, whatever. Like I said, same thing.
Yeah.
He was 76, died of stage 4 liver cancer. And Tafari's going to go off on his little rant here in about a minute when I get done with this. But he was sent home supposedly. This is what I've read. Now, I'm not saying this is fact, but what I've read, he was sent home from the hospital and his chemo stopped because his insurance ran out. So he was sent home to die with nothing for what he was doing because, oh, guess what? Your insurance is out.
Yeah, you
can't afford no more.
Yeah, you can't afford to live anymore. Don't you love that? Where, if you want to live through a medical disease, you have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. Don't you? This is just a great country. Normally I'd be, up in arms, but I don't feel like that's something we should even be bothered getting into on stream. Not on this anyway.
But I want to throw it out there that, in our prayers, all that stuff, his family, whatever.
It's a tragedy.
It's always sad that we lose a wrestler. I mean, it happens all the time.
Especially over something like this,
Yeah, but I mean, he was 76 years old. So, I mean, not saying that that's old, but...
He lived a full life, but I mean more so in the sense that he could have lived longer. Should he have chosen to.
Really... And here's the thing, and this is something I kind of... I mean, I've not been there, because my grandfather died of cancer. I don't remember what 100% it was.
Mm.
But... do you just get to a point you don't care anymore? And
maybe, but I mean so more in the sense that, we don't know.
Yeah.
He could have been wanting to fight a day in and day out, but they were just like, oh, you don't have any money anymore, so go home and die, basically. And that, it's the most disgusting thing imaginable. Almost as disgusting as hostile architecture, but we're not going to get into any of that. That's a whole other rant for another time. But
I don't even know about that one. But anyway, is there anything we want to talk about, discuss really, really quick?
I believe that is everything, at least everything you have written down, and my brain has barely processed all of that, so... That wasn't being funny, that was me being slow, but anyway.
Usually it's about me. So
No.
I was assuming.
Anyway,
but
guys.
You know what assume means, right?
Yeah. Ass of you and me. Anyway, guys, I think that's about it for now.
Which we were what? We were almost.
I'm honestly surprised it didn't cut out.
No kidding, right?
But speaking of that, let's wrap this up before it does. If you're here watching this now, well, there's nobody here watching it now, but if you're here watching this after the fact, follow us here on Twitch if you want to get notified whenever we go live. You can go and check out our YouTube channel if you want to see anything we've done in the past, anything we do in the future. If you want to chat with us, join us on Discord. If you want to support us here, you can do exclamation donate and give us like $1 or two.
The links are all...
Yeah, give us $1 or two so we can go buy a
bottle of soda.
A bottle of soda or something, I don't know.
Granted, we won't even be able to get the soda. We still have to contribute like 8 cents, and it'd have to be the Walmart brand soda. But
you get the point, guys.
We have a lot of fun, so
yeah,
it's okay.
Exactly.
We are all about having fun. So, for the three of us,
Knight Rider,
Telfari,
and CK, we'll see y'all next time.